silly hat on.
Yeah, he's here with his silly hat
I'm
on.
trying to keep warm. It's not very warm. Hello, everyone.
Yeah,
Quite warm. It's quite
it's
cool today.
yeah. Anyway, good morning. We are forecast snow in the United Kingdom today. Is that right?
Yes. It's
I
not
don't know.
snowing at the moment, but
If you're not from these shores, right, where we are based is we're Midlands, aren't we?
we're in the middle bit.
Yeah, more north than where he's from in first instance. He's from down south.
I'm originally from London, so
Richard.
yeah, London don't get much snow.
No, London don't get snow. So when we have snow here, you get a
When
little
London
bit
gets
excited.
snow and get all panicky and like, oh my god, the whole world's come to an end, there's about half an inch.
Yes. And when his mum and dad were here, they were amazed at how much we got snow. And it's like, oh my... And the excitement that it conjured up in them pair, it was crazy. We're snowed in. They weren't. It were bad, but we weren't snowed in. I suppose then if they were in the 70s then, would you say? Yeah. So I suppose for them, yeah, it was a little bit, yeah. But we just carry on functioning. Oh, we go to ice hockey, as you know. It's all right, I'm just bringing Stevie's coffee. So there you go, love. There you are. Yeah, we go to ice hockey and we have lots of players from Canada coming to play for Steelers. And when we were talking to them, they find it hilarious. The big, ooh, it's snowing palaver we make here, don't they? They just think it's like, because obviously in Canada, they get snow.
They get feet of snow.
They
like
get,
inches.
yeah, not like us here, where we don't, come and sit with me and we can do this together.
Okay.
Yeah, where we don't get as much. And I was talking to one lad from, I can't remember where in Canada, where was Chad from? Can you remember?
No, I can't. I'm not sure, probably something like that. I don't know.
Can't remember. But anyway, lovely hockey player. But he was saying that the things that he finds quite endearing is how excited we get for the snow. And it's like, it's nothing. This is really nothing. But obviously they're more keyed up to it. The other thing that he thought was hilarious was in British homes, we haven't, but by and large, people put the washing machine in the kitchen. And he thought that was hilarious. They all do, don't they? It's like, why have you got your washing machine in your kitchen? And I'm like, I have no idea. Mine is in the ensuite with what you've seen. I'm sure I've took you in there. If not, I will do. And because that's where we take his clothes off, quite simply. I don't want to trail dirty laundry all over my house. And when we're having kitchen refit and sorted, it were like, in fact, in the other house, we didn't have it in the kitchen, did we?
No, never had one in there, no.
No, it's like, it don't belong in there, I agree. But because it's where traditionally the old twin tub came out and we did that, they were in the kitchen. They were near the back door, you took your washing straight out your twin tub after it's had its spin and what have you. And I guess that's when automatic washing machines come in. They just thought, that's what we'll do. Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. But it just seems really, really crazy to me. So ours is in ensuite. And plus, as when we sat in here watching TV, if we'd got washing machine behind us, you'd get halfway through Coronation Street to get to Clincher. And bloody thing would go on spin cycle or something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and you couldn't hear the telly.
Yeah, so that's, we don't. And don't do that with your leg, because I've got this on stick and I'm wobbling about, look like I'm drunk. So yeah, that's one of them things. But the excitement today from down south, man, here from London, don't know why we do that.
Why do we do? Yeah.
Well, I don't know why we do that. But
why
anyway,
do that.
from Southerner,
Yeah.
he gets excited for snow.
But then, I mean, it depends where you're from, doesn't it? I mean, we had the company I work for, we work with a lot of people from around the world. And we had a guy doing a secondment from Singapore. And he said that when the snow came in the night, they actually got up and went outside in the middle of the night. His family brought his kids with him and everything.
Yeah.
And they all went outside because obviously they'd never seen snow before at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I suppose it depends where you're from, doesn't it?
We had the Taiwanese lady that we know. She did the same. She was so excited. It's like, like, snowing. Yeah.
And I suppose, you know...
We don't know but moan about it.
We're in the sort of Nottinghamshire, Derbyshire area and it's north.
It's north.
But then on the other hand, if you lived even further north, it's even more likely. But, from where I'm from originally down in London, then, like I say, half an inch of snow and the whole world comes to an end. And the worst I've seen since I've lived up here in the central part of the UK is 21 inches, which is almost up to my knees. It was just amazing. and you could walk along the road because there was no cars going on up and down the road. You could walk along the road because nothing was moving.
Nothing was shifting, was it?
And we had about a week of that, and things started running out, and it was quite spectacular.
Oh, people panic buy milk and bread. I don't buy bread because I'm celiac, so it's not worth me rushing out for a loaf. But yeah, milk and bread. People go, oh, quick, panic buy it, and it's like, why? Chances are lorries are going to get through.
Well, they did in the end, didn't they?
These things, they're not going to last forever.
Well, that was the worst I've seen in however many years we've been up here.
Yeah.
And that was probably about a week before the roads got properly gritted.
I mean, one year
sorted.
we had... Oh, let's change arms. Could you wrote that?
Yeah.
Good man. One year we had power cuts to go with it. And everybody were panicking. It's like, oh, this don't work, that don't work. Quick, rush out, buy candles, all of that.
Yeah.
And we were actually going out and digging holes in snow and putting our freezer contents into bags and burying them in the snow.
Yeah, you can leave them outside, can't you?
They were absolutely fine, absolutely perfect, because it was colder out there than obviously what the freezer were doing, because that was just melting because of the power cut. But I love how people become all
Panic.
They'll come unhinged. It's
our news,
funny, isn't it?
News broadcasts are, amber warnings, and we have 3 warnings in our meteorological service. It's yellow, amber, and red. So amber is like, oh, we're getting, this is pretty serious now. This is not just yellow warning. This is an amber warning.
Wow.
An amber warning for snow. But then when you look at it in sort of perspective, it looks like it's a couple of days.
Yeah, it should be gone by
Saturday night into Sunday,
yeah.
and then maybe some of Sunday, and then by Monday it'll have gone. So why are we getting all panicked about it? I don't know. But
how many times they've announced these things, and it's been a bit of a non-event.
Well, there has been, because the thing is, when you look at the detail, they say things like, "Oh, it's going to be really bad over the Pennines." Now, anybody who doesn't know, the Pennines are like a stream of mountains through the middle of the UK, and they're quite high. So yeah, it's going to snow on them. But anybody that's on a lower lying part of the world in England probably won't get it so bad.
Yeah.
But they don't tell you that. They just go, oh, it's going to be 40 centimetres. And you think, yeah, 40 centimetres on a mountain that's about 1,000 foot up. It's different to where the majority of people live. That's a bit lower. So we don't know. And obviously, even with all the forecast models that are out there and stuff, there's 3 or 4 different forecast models, and they all slightly they contradict each other and sort of say, well, it's going to snow, but where it's going to snow is actually quite difficult to predict. So we'll just have to wait and see.
In the modern day world, I have, and my phone pinged yesterday to tell me it went from yellow to amber for ice, I believe, can't remember, or snow.
Ice and snow.
I can't remember, but it pinged for something, and I told Steve. And then he looked on the 1,000 apps he's got on his phone, all different. 3
apps.
Oh, he's culled it down to 3. We used to have a lot.
Oh, I used to have a lot more.
And he'd be looking on all of those to see if they, I can concur, all of that. And then the girl in the corner, when you ask her what the weather's doing, I mean, I don't know where she gets her weather report from. I once said to her, are we doing rain today? No rain is forecast. It was chucking it down. It was absolutely giving it some, weren't it? So, yeah.
If she says that there's no rain forecast, take a brolly.
Take an umbrella. You're going to need one.
Yeah, it's not all that reliable.
Yeah, she says it's warm out. Put your cardi on. You're going to need it.
Yeah, it gives you a rough feel for what's happening.
Yes, I believe she's the worst.
Oh, I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, like I say, I don't know where she gets her weather forecast from. Some are more accurate than others. But
I think what you've got to do, like I said
about... See your out window.
Like I was just saying about the forecast models that the meteorologists use, they have 3 or 4 different scenarios that they think could happen. So yeah, there's a good chance it's going to be very cold and it's going to snow.
Yeah.
That's the banner headline. Where it's going to snow and how much it's going to snow is up for debate. So who cares?
Who cares?
You know it's going to be cold. You know it's going to snow.
It's winter.
It's... Yeah, it is what it is.
Well, they asked the weather forecaster last night on the end of the news, is this normal? Yeah.
Of course it is. It's winter.
January.
Yeah.
We have snow right up to March.
I think they're just trying to make it sort of sensationalise it.
Oh, is this normal?
And as for the newspapers, it's, what do they call it? They really use emotive words, snow drifts everywhere, and they make it sound 20
They
times
did
worse.
forecast the freezing rain stuff there.
Freezing rain, yeah, they did.
No,
mention
that's
that.
nasty.
That is nasty, yeah.
Yeah, my husband and my sister, not at the same time because we'd live in different places, only a few miles apart, but she fell outside her house, you fell out, going to the car, didn't realise because
It's black ice, isn't it?
It's black ice.
Can't see it.
You just don't see that. And you went for you nearly broke your hand, didn't you, really?
Yeah.
You went for a good flyer on that one.
Yeah, it was nasty.
Yeah, my sister were like, I've got to take me recycling out, and she went for a flight. It's awful because you just don't, you go out thinking everything's normal, it's just wet, and it's not.
Didn't even look wet, it just...
Yeah, it didn't, so...
Came down the steps.
Any road, it's a bit of weather, isn't it?
It's a bit of weather.
It's a bit of
so,
weather.
yeah, it's grey and cold at the minute, but it's not
Yeah.
snowing. But this is early morning on Saturday, and supposedly later on this afternoon and through the night tonight it's supposed to be quite heavy
Your
snow.
big panic now is, does the heating have to be turned up?
Oh, no, because we were warm enough last night.
Bloody freezing last night. We bought a new duvet the other day because ours, it's like, you know when you shake them and you can see the daylight through them because all the padding's moved. We have had it a fair amount of time so it was ready. So we bought a new one. We bought a cheap one. We just thought, yeah, we'll get one. So we went and we got one, and we got a new top of the bed and everything,
got a
didn't
lot
we?
of things, yeah.
Yeah, we got into bed last night, and I was cold last night. And I was brought up in a home that had no central heating. We had an open fire in the living room. We were a terraced housing. We had an open fire in the living room, and that was your heating. We always had ice on the inside of the windows, always upstairs. It was, honestly, you'd shift the penguins along so you could get into your bed. It's cold. It was very, very cold. So I'm quite used to that. But last night, it was the first time I felt this winter, gosh, it's cold tonight. And, of course, you get under duvet, don't you? And we've got a throw on the bed as well. So pulled it all up and got snuggled. Well, the southerner decided, well, if you're really cold, the old duvet that we've took off, I've not decided what I'm doing with that yet, because that might be recycled into a sewing project because of the padding inside it. So that was still at the bottom of our bed, sort of on the floor at the bottom. So Steve pulls that up. Oh, we'll have this as well. Now, we bought a 13.5 tog, is it? A 13,
Something like that, yeah.
But the one on the floor was a 10.5. So we've got that, we've got a throw. We've got
about 23
Oh, Princess St. P came to mind. I woke up in the middle at night. Everything was stuck to me. I was red hot. It was like, this is ridiculous.
One extreme to the other.
Steve had already thrown it on the floor at his side, and he was out the main duvet. He was already out of that. So I just got out, chucked it where it were in the first place. So we'd gone from two different temperatures.
But we've got a thermometer in the room, and it was 16 in the room, so it's not that cold really.
No, it's not. Thing is, when we go in a van, when we're out, when we had camper van, you know, it'd be 14 degrees and you'd get up in the morning, get dressed and not bat an eye because you got used to it being that cool.
I think the coldest we experienced was about 10, I think. Something
It
like that.
was, yeah.
And that was cool in the morning.
But the heater in the van was amazing.
Oh, the diesel heater were brilliant, yeah.
You know, you turn that on while you're still laying in bed, a little switch at the side of you, turn that on, have that wafting air around. By the time he'd got up, it was like, crikey, mate.
Turning it off.
Turn it off, turn it down, you know. Proper good.
Yeah, it was good,
Yeah, we could do with some of them for house.
Diesel heaters.
Diesel heaters.
Yeah, they're good,
They didn't use a lot of diesel,
No, they
did
didn't. No.
But they were really, really effective, really good. Anyway, we've got our daughter and son-in-law and grandchildren coming soon.
Yeah.
So I suppose we better wrap this one up, haven't we? Sorry
Suppose
for
we have,
bored you
yeah.
this morning. We just thought we'd put a little bit on. We are going to be doing things apart from sitting and moaning about the weather.
And the weather, yeah.
Are we? We
So,
are.
Stay safe, everyone, in the snow.
Yes.
Wrap up warm.
Yeah.
Warm the person rather than the house, and that saves a bit of energy.
I will warm you. And this battery's about to go.
Battery's about to go.
We better get off now before it cuts off.
Laters, everyone.
See you later. Bye.